Peace and blessings, world. Welcome to Fresh Perspective, where we take topics and put our own special sizzle on it. In the Fresh Perspective we got today, I got my man, the great orator and tactician, my man, Mr. DeMarcus Burks, pay homage.
Hey man, what did I tell y'all about calling my government? It's D-Burst to the people.
And we also, since we talking about governments, I had Mr. Jeremy Flanagan, the Blueprint, also in the area with us. What's going on, Mr. Blueprint? How are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, pretty good. I got a gift for my friend D. Burt over there later on in the show, so I hope he's ready for it.
Watch how you talk to me.
And I am Irvin Hawkins, and this is Fresh Perspective. You know, I want to start the show off talking about LeBron. I know LeBron moves the meter, but there's a couple articles out there. There's a couple, some video out on LeBron at the club. And I was reading this article, man, and it says that LeBron, JR, and Tristan hopped on a jet, flew straight to Miami, and went straight to the club. Hey, I'm gonna let y'all. Normally I let the panel start, but I'm gonna start on this one. That is not what happened. That's not what happened. They lying on LeBron D. Burks. They not telling the truth on the man. But before I go in a little bit deeper, I want y'all perspective, man. What do y'all think about LeBron going to the club after a 26-point lead in the fourth quarter, ending up to a loss? Homage, how you feel about that?
Well, first off, I got a shout out to my Atlanta Hawks. Hey man, way to go get the Thunder Sticks in the fourth quarter and send the Cavaliers home upset. But to speak on this topic, I think the media is trying to do a disservice to LeBron James as far as talking about he hopped on a private jet and went to Miami. We got sources, just like they have sources, so do we. And we have sources that actually spotted LeBron James and the rest of his teammates getting on a charter flight to Miami. So there was no jet, no private jet with just him and those four athletes on it. Now, my issue is with the rest. My source also told me that they saw LeBron limping and walking real slow, getting on that plane. So I gave him a pass, saying, hey, he just had a battle, just played a lot of minutes, played a strong game, could be a little tight. But then he goes to the club. I don't understand that concept because you got J.R. Smith, you got Tristan Thompson with you. Those two guys are very vital to what you need to be doing in order to win a championship. And I don't think the message to them should have been, let's go to the club tonight in Miami. I think the message should have been, we need to focus, we need to lock in, we need to get our bodies right, and we need to get ready for the playoffs because that's what matters to us most.
And
that's going to party and club live.
And that's a very strong point, Homage. How you feel about it, Blueprint?
But like D. Bird said, basically, pretty much, I think the media is definitely taking this out of proportion with creating a story to try to add to LeBron going to the club. Now, I kind of don't have a problem with LeBron going to the club. I mean, he's back. He's in Miami. Although he was getting rest and did not play in that Miami game, but I don't think him not playing in that game should have stopped him from, enjoying a night out. I mean, these guys, they do give they all, pretty much. We've seen LeBron give his all. So I think anything it is that LeBron do should not be as glorified and put out there because it's time for LeBron to show up. I mean, this man been to 6 straight finals. So if he wants to go and party one night, it's not like we're going to say, well, LeBron is not going to show up, come game time. Well, LeBron didn't play in Miami, and I'm pretty sure he knew he wasn't going to play in Miami. So he took a little break, had a good night. I'm pretty sure if we would have did the same thing.
Well, you can't speak for me. You can't speak for me.
If I roll
maybe you would have partied, but maybe I would have been Kyrie Irving. Because our source also said that Kyrie Irving, 2-3 hours after the game, still had that look of disgust on his face, like, what are we going to do? And I feel like the sense of urgency should be with that entire unit. That team has problems, and they're not entitled to anything. All season, everybody has been talking about Golden State as the favorite and the team that everybody's chasing. Well, last time I checked, the Cleveland Cavaliers was the defending champions, and that's the team that everybody really wants. Nobody is gearing up for the Warriors as much as everybody's gearing up for the Cavaliers. And if the Cavaliers don't get themselves together and get ready to play some real basketball, they're going to run into some trouble because their defense is lacking. Now, I don't know if going to the club, taking the night out to relax is the answer, but obviously it wasn't because they do another fourth quarter lead and they lost another game in overtime. So maybe they need to find another recipe to blow off some steam and get some wins in the clutch.
And you know, Homage, I will say this, kind of like Blueprint was saying, per our source, LeBron James was visibly limping when he got off the team bus. So he probably already knew he wasn't playing in that game. And truth be told, per our source, J.R. Smith was also limping. I will say this.
But every time they play the future
I don't
song,
have too much problem with them going to the club. But if you limping after a game, you need to go to sleep.
Yeah.
You need to get some rest, LeBron.
Shout out.
Because people are coming for your head.
Shout out to Future. Every time they play the Future song in the club, they stood up and danced. Shout out to my boy Future. Where you at was that with dog? One knee.
But
hey, Homage, like you said, they are coming for Cleveland's head because they are the defending champions.
They are. People
want that crown.
Yes, sir.
People are hungry.
Yes, sir.
So they got to be ready to defend because the league is coming. And the league is definitely coming.
When we talk about Cleveland being able to defend, that's the problem that I have and I don't see with Cleveland is them not having the ability to defend. I mean, they're giving up defensively 107. They're giving up 107 points a game, and they're averaging 110 points a game. So the ability to defend is not there.
Well, you know, I used to have some people tell me that J.R. Smith, who was one of my favorite players, by the way, is just miraculously at this point in his career just learned how to play a lot of defense. I don't agree with that at all.
Hey, maybe
that's another subject for another day.
Maybe Kyle Korver learned how to play some defense too. Shout out to Kyle
Korver. They can't wait to see Kyle Korver out there in the clutch. It's gonna be dance fever.
Hey, but you know what? They better not leave that man butt naked because he definitely got the stroke.
Yeah, he got the stroke.
Can shoot.
He can
Shannon
shoot.
Fry can shoot.
They can't shoot. But just like they can shoot, you can score right back on them. Can't get a stop. If they were the school bus and stop traffic, they still wouldn't get a stop. Everybody gonna run that light too. Everybody on the camera.
Well, you know, speaking of not being able to get a stop, you know, at one point in time in the Super Bowl, it was 3-28. And the Falcons wasn't able to get that stop. The Patriots, Tom Terrific came back, got his 5th chip. You know, a lot of people putting this man on a pedestal saying he's the GOAT. It's hard to argue with it. But there was an article on Fanaholic, man, and they was talking about Matty Ice and his ability or lack thereof to call audibles. Now, Homage, this is your man, Mr. Matty Ice. How do you feel about this article?
And I can't wait.
First of all, let's put this thing in its proper perspective. Matty Snowcone is not my guy. All right. He had a miraculous season, and deservedly so. He had an MVP season, but he's not my guy. I still live with number 7. But
shout out to number 7.
He know who he is, and everybody in America, when you talk Atlanta Falcons, you know who number 7 is. But Matt Ryan does deserve a lot of credit. He had a great season, MVP season. Played some of the best football in his life. But I don't know if all Falcon fans were looking at it for me. I was looking for the moment where Matt Ryan showed his face. I was just waiting to see the real Matt Ryan. And in the Super Bowl, he came out. And he came out when we had the ball on the 24-yard line with 3 minutes or so to go. And he didn't change that play. Now, a couple months went around. Nobody wanted to say anything. Of course, that was one of the most embarrassing losses and one of the greatest comebacks in Super Bowl history. But if you do your research on Kyle Shanahan, you can kind of understand the type of coach he is, and that's something that he's going to run into as a head coach. He is one of those my way or the highway type coaches. That's his demeanor. That's how he gets done.
But hold on, real quick though, DB.
Talk to me.
His way got them to the Super Bowl. Matt Ryan has never had an MVP season until Kyle Shanahan got there.
Thank you.
They didn't go to the Super Bowl.
Thank you for making my point.
So
before I even said anything, it's his way. So he put the personnel groupings out there. He wanted to run the offense a certain way. He didn't give Matt Ryan an opportunity to audible, so they didn't audible. Now I played football on the second to the highest level, which was college. And my quarterback was one of those guys that's very coachable. And I think Matt Ryan is a guy that's very coachable. He's going to do exactly what you tell him to do. So if you tell him to do it and he do it, don't get mad at the result.
Hey, Blueprint, get some, man. I know you a Tom terrific fan. How do you feel about Matty Ice saying that his hands was cuffed?
See, this gift that I have for DeMarcus. See, in order for me to do this topic and finish out this topic, anytime we talk about these guys, anytime we talk about these guys, okay.
Oh man,
let me give you a reason.
I would have rather you just take that hat off and put a Tom Brady jersey on. Because when he walk away, it's only
somebody stole my Tom Brady jersey. That's I'm in Atlanta, so I'm in Atlanta right now. So somebody stole my Tom Brady jersey.
Oh man, that's tough.
But when we talk about quarterbacks,
yes, sir,
playing at the highest level, and you reach the biggest game of your career, and you've been balling all year long. At that moment, that particular moment, like you said, on the 24-yard line, and if you see that you can make a change in order for your team to be put in the best position to either score a touchdown or pick up a first down, you do that, right?
But see,
if we would go back to Cam Newton, remember when Cam,
we're gonna talk about Cam Newton right now.
Hold on, but remember when Cam was in college? When Cam was in college, national championship game, Cam called his own play. They told Cam what to run, but Cam, he took it upon himself. I'm gonna call my own play, and we're gonna score. And they scored. He was in the biggest moment of his career at that time, was playing for the national championship. He took it upon himself to put his team there to win, right? So if you Atlanta, Matt Ryan, how do you not? First of all, if you have any personnel groupings, this is why Tom Brady will be the GOAT and going down as the greatest of all time, because this is how he breaks down his offense. Any personnel grouping that he's in, he's going to have an adjustment with whoever is on the field. Whoever is on the field. He don't care if he's in the I formation or he don't care if he's in a single back with LeGarrette Blount back there in the backfield or whoever. He's gonna call the best play that he can possibly with whoever out there on the field.
Okay. So let me ask you this. So what high school did we go to, Jim?
We went to Douglas County High School.
Okay. So we went to Douglas County High School. What was our offense? What offense did we run, Jim?
What you mean? To my varsity or
what offense did we run, Jeremy? We ran the same offense all through levels. What offense did we run?
Well, we ran the basic offense, man. I formation.
Okay, so we ran the I formation offense. So when you got the I formation offense, you got the I formation personnel. It's only certain plays that you can audible to in that personnel. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right.
All right. So when Matt Ryan's in certain personnel groupings, they may have already put in place. We're going to run this play out of this formation because this is what we're going to run in this personnel. Now, this is a testament to Kyle Shanahan and the difference between Kyle Shanahan and Josh McDaniels. Kyle Shanahan has had issues with Donovan McNabb. He's had issues with Robert Griffin III. He had issues with Matt Ryan season 1 on his way on a highway type style offense. Am I right or am I wrong?
I mean, say this, like I with all those quarterbacks that you named, they all had phenomenal years with Kyle Shanahan. So,
Donovan McNabb had a phenomenal year in Washington with Kyle Shanahan getting benched in the game with Wes Grossman.
Hold on.
On Monday Night Football for 2-minute drill and Wes Grossman threw the interception.
Hold on,
to lose the game?
Did Robert Griffin not have a good year under Kyle Shanahan?
He had a great rookie season.
Okay,
most of that came to running the football.
But did Matt Ryan have a good year under Kyle Shanahan?
Not the first one.
But under Kyle Shanahan, it don't matter if it was the first one, the second, or the third.
Not the first one. It sounds like after the first one, both of those players came to some mutual understanding. And Kyle Shanahan grew up in his coaching demeanor, realized that he has to coach to the best skill set of his player.
Right.
The best coaches adjust to their player.
But it was still under Kyle Shanahan tutelage, right?
Yes, sir. Kyle Shanahan is not a bad offensive coordinator as a whole.
So did Robert Griffin not call?
He's been an offensive coordinator for 9 seasons.
And how long has Matt Ryan been?
Six of his offenses has finished in the top 10. 4 of those offenses in the top 5. That's not the discussion. He's a great offensive coordinator. What we're talking about is his relationship with his quarterbacks. If we want to go with his relationship with his quarterback, him and Matt Ryan had the best relationship out of all his quarterbacks. But part of that relationship could have been in certain situations, you're going to do what I tell you to do. And Matt Ryan said, yes, sir. Because that's the kind of player he is. Tom Brady is not that type of player. Tom Brady will say, hey, man, I'm more prepared than you are. Or I see this, and then Josh McDaniels will say, well, I see this. Well, if we see the same thing, let's figure out how to take care of this. Am I right or am I wrong?
So Matt Ryan and Kyle Shanahan don't see the same thing on the field? I mean,
no.
They don't go back to the sideline and he be like, hey, I know when we run this is not going to work. Or when we do this, they stopping this.
Obviously, that didn't happen because we wouldn't be having this debate.
Exactly. So I feel as though Matt Ryan, like I said at the end of the day, he was ill prepared. They were ill prepared, basically, because you didn't make any adjustments. If you just
they wasn't
the same thing.
I don't think they were ill prepared. What happened was greatness. Let's just be clear.
No, they were ill.
Tom Brady had.
If you was prepared,
that was the greatest. That was the greatest performance that I've ever seen in my life. Outside of Game 6, Michael Jordan, Utah, 45, and they needed all 45.
D Burts, fellas, real quick, let me get some, man. So basically, I feel like you guys are indicting Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan is not commanding the same respect as a Tom Brady. And how can you wear that MVP?
How can you put Matt Ryan and Tom Brady in the same sentence?
How can you wear that MVP and you're not able to audible out of plays?
Right.
How are you the most valuable player in the NFL and you can't even call an audible?
At least Eli Manning can call audibles.
Eli Manning,
man,
Eli Manning is not a he's a Super Bowl MVP. That means he was the best player or performed the best in that game. He ain't never won an MVP in the whole season.
Hey, but go ahead.
So basically, y'all trying to say that Matt Ryan is a Rudy Poo, and he don't deserve the accolades that he.
I did not say that.
Dictated to. He getting told.
I did not say that, brother.
I'll
You
say
heard it.
that.
You heard it here on Fresh Perspective. DB
That is
said
not what
Matt
that's
Ryan was
not what I
abysmal.
said, brother.
I'll
I
say
said that I'm familiar with a player that with that kind of mindset on the field. My college quarterback was just like that. Shout out to my boy Pete Jones in London, Uganda. You know who I'm talking about. JR, C Baby, Big Poe. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. And hey, BT, All
Well,
American, shout out to you too. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And he was very coachable. Yes, he was talented, but he would do exactly what the coach said.
okay. Well,
And
I tell you,
my
man.
boy
Speaking of
Don
real
Kingle,
quick.
my boy Don Kingle was a gamer. All
Okay, all right. Well,
American, Don Kingle.
Shout out to the whole DC football team. But
That one
speaking of
DC, brother.
coachable
That was
players,
Greenville College, brother. That one DC, brother.
hey, speaking of coachable players, or speaking of mindsets, championship mindsets, MVP mindsets. We got a situation in Golden State where up. The chef was dormant for a little while, man, just making sure everybody was straight. But the chef is back. So my question to you guys, since we talking about championship MVP caliber mentality, does KD now have to take a back seat to the chef when he comes back? Or is it business as usual? Blueprint, get some.
KD definitely needs to take a back seat. He needs to let Golden State do what Golden State been doing without Kevin Durant. This is the third year straight that they've had they won over 65 games in a season. So on top of that,
He was there for 49 of them.
he was there, but guess what? He wasn't there for this stretch and this peak run that they've been having right now, where everybody's pretty much claiming them to be the team to win it all this year.
49 wins means nothing. Okay.
But I'm not saying that Kevin Durant is not going to be a big part to what they're going to do in order to win. But as of right now, him taking the back seat, absolutely. You allow what has been taking place since the time you've been off. You allow that to happen. You don't want to come in and disrupt anything. But I still think with Kevin being worked in back into the offense, it's going to still be business as usual. He's going to get his buckets. He's going to be open. He's going to knock down shots, and he's going to cause matchup problems for a whole lot of teams, even Cleveland when they play Cleveland, if they play Cleveland.
Go ahead, DB, get some.
See, first of all, y'all know this is a sensitive topic because y'all know Kevin Durant is my favorite basketball player in the world right now. So I'm not really trying to hear he'll take no back seat to nothing. Last time I checked, Steph is the MVP and he's the MVP. Needs to do in this situation.
Hey, you ain't finished. Steph got a championship.
Yeah, you're right. He's a champion.
Okay, then.
He's a champion. But like I keep telling everybody, championships are a testament of the whole team. LeBron, they keep giving LeBron the championship. He got all these rings. But oh man. So Kyrie didn't mean nothing. So D Wade didn't mean nothing. Chris Bosh didn't mean nothing. Miss me with that. That is a testament of your entire team. But back to the topic at hand. Kevin Durant do not need to take a back seat to anything. What Kevin Durant need to do is ride shotgun. That's what they need to do. He don't need to be in the back seat. He need to ride shotgun. And he got to understand that Steph is the driver and he got the gun. He shoot. Klay Thompson's going to fulfill his role. Draymond Green's going to play his role. They're going to be fine. They're going to be fine as long as they do it that way. Kevin Durant came to Golden State, in my opinion, to fulfill his true personality, and that is not the one of alpha male by vocal leadership. He's just the type of guy who's going to go out there, he's going to play hard, he's going to be efficient, he's going to give you what you need to win.
He could have did that in OKC.
He could have did that in OKC. He could have did that in OKC, but it was another force that wasn't going to permit him to do that.
Yeah, but the Russ guard just proved that he can average over 10 assists.
Hold on.
The Russ guard,
if KD was there playing the role.
The Russ guard have not proved anything just yet. He had a phenomenal regular season. Shout out to the Russ guard. GAWD, for those who don't know, the Russ guard. Okay, I love Russell Westbrook. I
MVP.
respect what you're doing, but now it's time.
But
This is when you're going to show America that you are the truth because James Harden is coming to beat on you. And what you going to do about it?
listen though,
Are you going to take care of him?
this been the same. This ain't nothing new with what Russell Westbrook been doing, guys. This ain't nothing new. Russell Westbrook could have easily averaged a triple double with KD.
Exactly. He could have easily, but he didn't do it.
He had the
But he
same.
didn't do it.
Look, when Kevin Durant was playing,
Uh-huh.
when him and Kevin Durant was on the floor, you know what Russ numbers was when Kevin Durant was on the floor?
Uh-huh. I know exactly what the numbers were.
We listening.
You got to understand, the Thunder was my team. But you also got to understand, too,
Did he not
that
average
Russell
over 30
Westbrook,
about how many assists he had?
Russell Westbrook shot the ball more than Kevin Durant,
Yeah,
and that was the problem.
yeah.
That was the problem. But to Russell Westbrook's defense,
What
Kevin Durant is not a volume shooter.
the
He's an efficient shooter.
the problem the problem was more so that Kevin Durant didn't like the fact that Russ guard was always the one bringing up the ball. We seen it.
He the point guard.
Yeah, he's the point
He's
guard.
the
But
point
Golden
guard.
State, guess what? Golden State offense allows sometimes for Kevin to bring up the ball, but every time that Russ has the ball in his hands, he can decide if Kevin Durant can shoot or not.
See, here's the thing.
Kevin
Here's the
Durant
thing. I
having
understand what you're saying.
having the options for when it's okay for him to go off. Where in Golden State, it's not like that. It's
See,
totally
I understand.
Mm.
See, I understand what you're saying, but you got to understand that there's two different dynamics going on here. The Oklahoma City Thunder system and the Golden State Warriors system is two different style systems. One
Okay.
system is
Go a
based
little
off one
deeper.
playmaker. One system, which is the Thunder system, was based off Russell and KD running the pick and roll and making plays for others and themselves. And then when you have Golden State, their offense is predicated on moving the basketball. They are playing basketball the right way. They just have some amazing personnel doing it. The only team that I see move it this well was San Antonio do it every year, and LeBron James's team when they beat the Spurs with Ray Allen hit the three in Game 5. That team used to move that ball. That ball didn't stick. That ball moved, and that's what may have been the deciding factor in bringing Kevin Durant to Golden State because I used to watch all the Thunder games and that ball used to stick. You would get Kevin Durant coming down, shooting an ill-advised shot, though he make ill-advised shots. They weren't the best shots. When he played with Golden State, he was pretty much getting the best shots that he's had in a long time.
Don't you think those shots that he was taking that was bad was predicated on the fact that he looked like, listen, I'm gonna have to jack something up, you know what I mean, just to get something off. Because I know this joker that's over here, he gonna choose when he want to give me the ball or not. So if I do get an opportunity to bring the ball down the court, of course I'm gonna shoot it, right? I don't see nothing wrong with that.
No,
I think
no. See, that's the problem. It's a lot wrong with that because they're not championship basketball, and that's why they didn't win no championship. And I
and that,
don't think
and
Kevin
that
Durant.
West
I
Star,
don't think Kevin Durant. I don't think Kevin Durant's approach to the game was I'm going to shoot because Russell shot because that's not how he plays the game. Kevin Durant is capable of getting 30 points on 10 shots. My problem with Kevin Durant was he didn't shoot more. That was my problem when
how?
he was
But
in
he didn't
Oklahoma
have the
City.
basketball. That goes
Hey
back to
man,
my point that
hey man,
Russell making.
you talking to somebody who watched Kevin Durant turn down shot after shot. The man used to turn down shots. Do
Let
down
me tell
there.
you why, because he was babying your boy Russ Guard. He was making sure that ego, poking his ego to make sure he'll be okay. Because I seen when Kevin Durant would hit threes at the buzzer, you know what I'm saying, walk off threes to win the game or whatever. Now, then it started to see Russ Guard being the one who was trying to have the option to make the last shot at the end of the game, more so than Kevin Durant. When we all know Kevin Durant was buckets back then, but
And you know what's interesting when I listen to y'all speak, all I can think about is what if. And what I mean by what if, you had three MVP caliber players on one team, and this wasn't
Don't remind me,
some
dog. Don't remind me.
super. This wasn't some super team where guys got together and decided they was going to play together. This is what the team drafted and put together. You had Russ Gard, James Harden, Kevin Durant on the same team. That was supposed to be. LeBron said, "We're gonna win one, we're gonna win two, three." They were supposed to win multiple championships, and it's a shame that that team wasn't allowed. They didn't stay together. That they never won a championship together. You know, we coming to a closed world. I just like to remind y'all that this is fresh perspective. It's time to come to our final thoughts. DB, what's your final thought, man?
Hey man, my final thought is y'all gonna stop disrespecting my boy Kevin Durant like he's not one of the best players in basketball. Um, but at the same time, Kevin Durant, I cannot continue to defend you as being one of the best players in basketball as you keep doing things that's not worthy of one of the best players in basketball. What I need you to do is if they can't check you, let them know they can't check you, and you do it to them. I need 40s. I need 50s. Get your double double and get your assist on too. They can't stop you, son, and you gotta let them know that.
All right, Blueprint, what's your final thought?
My final thought is for Golden State going into this run, this championship run, because I believe this is a championship run, this championship year for them. I
Mm.
see them winning it all. I see them.
Take that Patriots head off.
Listen, if they face Cleveland, I see them beating Cleveland. I'm gonna go ahead and say they're gonna beat Cleveland in 5. I'll give Cleveland. I'll give
Wow.
Cleveland 6.
Sir, is that on wax?
I'll give Cleveland 6 just in case they make it to the finals. If they make it, because I think every team is going to challenge Cleveland going into this playoffs, and they may end up knocking Cleveland off. But if they come to Golden State and play Golden State in the championship, Golden State going to wipe them off the floor in
Hey,
5. Easy.
hey, Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy. Hey,
Put that
brother
on
Hawk,
wax.
and brother Jeremy. Shout out to the other third of our team, Courtney Chappelle, young talent. He's not here
Worldwide.
tonight with us, but I know he got some things to say about this, and we're gonna revisit this later. But I also wanna put in one more thing. It has been confirmed that the Washington Wizards and the Atlanta Hawks will be squaring off in the first round of the playoffs. And
Yes, sir.
I want to tell my dad that John Wall is finna torch Dennis Schroeder. I just want him to know that.
Hey,
And real quick, man, I'm coming to my final thoughts because we're coming up on the end of the show. Um, just want to talk about this LeBron in the club thing, man. It's it's interesting when you read articles and you see people, kind of sizzle up things and just out and out say things that wasn't true. Like that article I read today, they made it seem like LeBron, JR, and Tristan jumped on a private jet and that the Club Live had a landing strip and they went straight from Hartsfield Jackson to Club Live. And per a very very credible source, that's not what happened. LeBron, Tristan, JR jumped on a team charter. LeBron was visibly limping after the Atlanta game when he got off the bus and got on that plane. So just as media people, let's call it correct. That's all. Let's keep it 100. Once again, everybody, y'all just tuned in to Fresh Perspective. Peace and blessings, man. We see y'all next time. One.